Oh yeah, we're back because I just saw the highlights of the second motos from High Point, and I just wanted to go over a couple of things that I said in the previous High Point video. Uh, so let's get right to the action. Here in Turkey in the first Moto MX2, Team Honda. One of my favorite tracks. I don't think this is it's a good race. Your old boy Muddy has got the bike dialed, and I'll have a video telling you how to go fast once you figure it out. But let's get started, and here we go. Good start for Muddy. Look at this action. Whole shot city. Ho, 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 ho. Just rolling. Steady rolling. But like I was hoping for, from High Point in the second moto, in the 250s, and even in the first 250 moto, oh my God, what a battle between those guys. But like I said, there's one guy out there that's got a big chip on his shoulder, and the only thing he cares about is winning, and that's Hayden Deegan. Bad starts, crashes. That guy came from behind for the first moto, and those guys were ripping in the first moto. Second moto, same thing. If there was one more lap, he would have got it done, but he didn't. And Master Pole won. You know, good for him. And those other guys, Hymas and Shimoda was up there. A bunch of guys that I haven't really heard of, but man, they were all going fast. But Deegan's in another league. And he's been racing since he was 5. And the only motivation that kid has is to just go out there and prove that he's the best and put people in their place. Plain and simple. Because, you know, his parents got plenty of money. His sister got plenty of money. His family's got money. So, you know, he's got a factory ride, pretty much. I mean, you know, Star Racing Yamaha's the factory Yamaha team. So, you know, why does that dude, what is he racing for? Oh, well, to get first place to get a trophy. Yeah, those trophies suck. The money ain't that great to win. Humiliate those guys. Put them in their place. Plain and simple, okay? But it was great. That was the best 250. That first moto, with all those guys up there in second moto, I mean, those are two of the best races of the year so far. Fantastic. But look at me out front here, just putting it to them. Super hard. Let's see who's back there. Oh, yeah. Yago Gertz. This Gertz's teammate. I don't know all the 250 guys. Oh, there's Vial. There's my teammate, Fernandez. But yeah, I spanked him. Yeah, good old Muddy out front. Anyways, now we'll talk about the 450s and Jet Lawrence. You know, of course the announcers say, oh, his shoulder's not 100%. Okay, maybe it isn't. But at 100%, less than 100%, that kid was out there fooling around. You can just tell. First moto, as soon as he gets in the lead, you know, he knows where he can go fast. He's not going to crash. Now he's mature enough to know. It's like, look, you know, I don't need to let it all hang out because I'm already faster than these guys. So I don't have to summon up the demon. And, you know, anytime Hunter got close in the first moto, he just poured it on and pulled away. And then in the second moto, Chase Sexton was up there riding over his head. But that guy's fast. And I don't know the dude, but judging by his personality, he's a nice guy. I don't think he's the sharpest crayon in the box. So, you know, I think he gets a little foggy in the brain. Like, I mean, I don't mean that, like, I don't think he's a killer. He's just really good at riding a dirt bike fast. And when it's his day or his moto, man, he makes the most of it. But crashes. He makes a lot of mental mistakes. He's definitely fit. The bike's perfect. But you could just tell, like with Jet, like Jet didn't even really fight him when Sexton passed him back a couple times. He just waited because he knows Sexton is going to screw up. He never fell behind, and on a track like High Point with all those ruts, man, it's not a question of making a mistake. It's when you're going to make the mistake and how many. Jet doesn't make that many. Those other guys make a lot. There was nobody even close to those guys. But once again, you know, Jet Lawrence put everybody in their place. If you're a pro, I don't care who you are. If you're a pro, there's only one thing to do. And there's no coach in the world. You're already 3 races in. So if you're not in shape now, you're never going to be fit. It's 3 races in. Either you're going to go out to a private track and just ride and train by yourself and start focusing to beat that kid, or you're not. You're going to go to your goat farm, get overtrained, get yelled at, beaten up, have a bunch of people tell you how great you are and that this is going to be your weekend. Yeah, well, let me tell you something, dude. All those guys are good enough to be up there. I don't know if they're good enough to beat them. You know, on a certain day, sure, but not every day. But it's all up to the rider. There's nothing the mechanic can do. The bikes are all running good. Jason Anderson was even riding good. He's not even fit, dude. He was up there for a little while, then he just got in the way to be a dick so Sexton could get by, which is fine. You know, I get it. You know, I'd be ganging up on that dude too if I was one of those guys. But you know, at the end of the day, when you go back to the trailer, what do you say? What do you think to yourself? Man, you're either thinking, okay, I got to do something about this. I'm really tired of it. I hate this freaking guy. I hate losing. There's only one thing to do, is to do whatever it takes to win. And that's all on you. So go into the woods like Carmichael did, get your act together, and just, man, you got to let it all hang out. And, but, you know, Hunter, he's still going to go fast. He's obviously really happy being on his own, doesn't have to worry about taking care of his family. I'll bet you he's got a cool chick, too, because he doesn't seem to have any head problems, but he's just not as fast as Jet. He's just not as smooth, and, you know, maybe consistency will win him a championship. You know, if Jet messes up, but I don't think so. Jet looked really controlled on a really hard track today. So that's my take, and it backs up everything I said. But the 250s, Deegan was light years ahead, you know, and he showed a lot of maturity too. He was holding back on some times, but he was also letting it all hang out. Like I said, what does he have to race for? You know, he's got money. He's got a pro contract. Parents got money. It's not like that kid's ever going to live in a van on the street. You know, what does he want? Another trophy? What does he want? The 2 for winning the national or whatever? But yeah, can you appreciate Muddy winning that moto? That was legit. Let's take a look at the results. But it's true. What does he have to race for? There's only one thing, and it's the only thing that Jet races for. Everybody else is riding for a contract. You know, the 250 guys are riding, man, those 250 guys were out there freaking battling. That was some great motocross. No joke, man. You got 5-6 guys out there all up front. That was awesome. But they have other things on their mind. So, but what does Deegan have on his mind? One thing, win. I just want to humiliate you. There's no reason for me not to win every single race by a whole bunch, just like Jet. And those other guys, fast as they are not in the same league. So, you can make of it what you want, but that is the truth. And I guarantee you, you're not going to hear it on any of those talk shows. You're not going to read about it in the magazine, okay? They're not going to tell you the truth. And when they talk to the riders during the week, they're not going to tell you the truth. Because if they did, when you talk to somebody like, Jason Anderson or Cooper or Sexton, the first thing they should say, well, how was your weekend? First thing is like, well, I got my ass kicked again. If you don't say that, well, guess what, bro? You're lying to yourself. The media training is not allowing you to be honest. And the less honest you are vocally, the less likely you are to make your reality a winning one. That's true. That is 100% true. If you're not saying it out loud, it ain't going to happen. So, they suppress what's really happening in the media. Maybe they think it when they go home. Their wives and girlfriends are kissing their ass, their friends, their team, and everything, just like I said. But if you're one of those guys, man, pack it up, go out into the woods, and get it together. Tell old girl, hey, listen, I ain't never coming home. Take it easy. Till after the season, or I beat that kid, okay? Because this is ridiculous. I'm paid to win, and I'm not close to winning. So, the married guys, they're riding around for contracts. I get it. But those other guys, like Sexton, these guys have always been fast. Everything is I don't want to say it's easy for them, but everything is taken care of like it should be, except reality. Okay? I'm not saying their coaches or anything should get on their ass because it's not their place to. They have to do something about it themselves on their own terms, and the team has to trust them and go along with it. So that's just the way it is. That's what I think. I don't see how you could look at it any other way. I'm sure there's some other circumstances, but hey, you're paid to win. You're a freaking professional. Show up prepared. Win the races. You don't have to win every race, but win one. You know what I mean? Masterpool did. Dude, his bike was dying and he hung on there. Thank God that was the last lap, but he won. So, and he got the overall. So there you go. Obviously he wasn't the fastest guy on the track, but he won. And if you win one, you can win two. He's going to be even faster next week. Because now he knows he can win, even though Deegan was light years faster than him. But you never know. A couple of wins, and all of a sudden you start believing you're a champion and going out there and practice and, blocking everybody out and telling people, hey, look, leave me alone. I know what I'm doing. Just like Kimi Räikkönen in Formula One used to be. Go watch a Kimi Räikkönen video. And, in Formula One, they're always telling those guys what to do in the videos. They're on the team radio. And Räikkönen just flat out tells them, just shut up. I know what to do. So that's the way I see it, man. But it takes a strong person to be able to do that. I just don't think these other guys see it that way. I really don't. I don't see a guy like Chase Sexton moving out into the woods like Carmichael did and being alone with your own thoughts and having to tell yourself, well, guess what, dude? You're getting your ass kicked every week. What are you going to do about it? And there ain't nobody out there except your bike, some gas, and something to eat. So that's the way I feel about it. I know it's not easy. It's freaking hard, dude. It's really hard at that level. It's so hard. Jet Lawrence is fast as hell. What are you going to do about it, though? You're never going to hear him say anything. And I doubt any of those guys will take it to the next level personally, like Carmichael did. So, you know, make of it what you will. But, you know, that's all I got to say on it. We'll see what happens next week. But, listen, I got a second moto to do here. And, man, Muddy was flying.